What's going on, Squadcast listeners? This is the first official episode of the Squadcast.
That's right.
It's not the first ever, because we've made hundreds of these.
If not thousands.
But anyways, this is the first official Squadcast with your boy, Zach and Victor.
Hello.
Chilling. We figured we'd make a podcast, like official podcast where we talk about shit, and we talk about shit and things.
Shit and things are my favorite topics to discuss.
Especially things.
Or shit.
Or things. Either way.
Okay.
Either way, hope you enjoy. We've got a few topics today, which I actually don't know the topics. Victor's going to surprise me.
Zach came unprepared for this podcast.
Yep.
I did come prepared.
I didn't come prepared whatsoever.
So I'm going to pick his brain about some current events. Zach had mentioned to me a couple of days ago that he has not been online much recently, so he hasn't seen kind of the stuff going around.
Yep. Don't give a fuck.
So I'm going to see what he thinks.
All right, dude. Sick.
All right.
Sick.
I guess first, how have you been recently?
Very mundane.
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Just so bored all the time, going to work. You know how it is. You just work, and then you come home, you go to sleep, you wake up and go to work again, and that's really about it.
I mean, that's kind of, life, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like life, you don't need to work forever. I don't feel like that's a fun life, to just have to, like, get up and work 40 hours a week.
Right.
And get a paycheck. Like, I don't want to do that,
Well, then how are you going to live? How are you going to support yourself?
Well,
I mean, no matter what you do, you have to work.
Well, obviously, I have to work to, like, get to where I need to be.
Right.
To not need a day job.
Right. Well, yeah, say you want to pursue YouTube or something.
Mm-hmm.
That and podcasting, if this takes off,
Yeah.
You still have to put in the time and effort, and you still probably would put in roughly 40 hours of work a week, but it'll just be doing stuff you enjoy rather than, a desk job or something.
Yeah, I think if you have a job that you enjoy, I don't think it's work. It is work, but when you think about it, it's more like, it's more enjoyment,
Right. I guess that's the goal then.
Yeah.
By
the way, if you're listening, go ahead and share this podcast if you want. You don't have to. But it'd mean a lot to us. We're trying to figure our shit out. And I guess
this is a step in the direction that we want to go.
This is a little test run, so it's not, fuck it. Never mind. Go on. How have you been, dude?
I've been good, man. I mean, basically doing the same thing,
Mm-hmm. Wanting to kill yourself? Or?
Not quite there.
Oh.
I really enjoy my schoolwork, so that kind of keeps me going.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to graduating and being able to actually work in my degree field.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You're going to graduate soon, aren't you? I
am, yeah. I was supposed to graduate this semester, and then I failed my math class.
Ah, well, fuck.
Okay, so I didn't fail. I got a D-.
So,
close enough.
Almost. Dude,
but
I'm so fucking bad at math, dude.
Well, it's not even math in general. It's the fact that it was statistics online where they cut a 16-week course of work. They cut it down to 8 weeks, but you still had to do the 16-week amount of work. Mm-hmm. So I had to do twice as many assignments as you would have to do a week. So I would have an assignment, or I'd have 2 assignments due a week. Each assignment had 40 to 50 questions in it. Mm-hmm. That took, 5 minutes to, anywhere between, a minute to 7 or 8,
like
10
one of
minutes
those long-ass annoying problems?
Yeah, that has like 7 parts to it.
Oh.
There was like 50 of those in each assignment, and I had 2 assignments every 7 days.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was all online, so I didn't have a class to go to. I didn't have a teacher to talk to. It was all up to me to do it.
So you had to, like, go into it fucking prepared. You had to
Basically,
be like, I'm going to sit here and do bullshit math.
For 4 hours a day, every day to get it done. And Grant, you might not have had to do that. There might have been ways that I could have utilized my time better or the resources I had better to get it done. But I just, that was the first math class I've taken since high school. That's not right. I took math class at Missoula.
True.
I took calc, which I barely passed. The only reason I passed was because my teacher decided that
he's gonna be a nice guy.
He was gonna be a real nice guy to me.
Yeah, shit.
Because he knew my course load was pretty heavy.
I fucking shout out to Seth. Seth and I had the same. We had frisbee senior year. It was 098. It was like the bullshit math.
Right.
It was like the easiest math, right?
Sure.
Seth and I dropped that shit.
Oh god.
Halfway through because we were like, this is so dumb, and then we went to Wiles, independent study, and it was sick.
That does sound a lot better than math class.
Yeah, I am so bad at math. Like, I could be just fine at it, but I just don't care.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, it's hard to care about subjects that you feel like you're not going to actually use. And I know that's the thing, like in high school, they constantly tell you, you're going to use this the rest of your life.
Nope.
I've even heard that in college, like writing courses or some shit, even my math course, like, you're going to use this every day, the rest of your life, And it's like,
well, writing,
no, I'm not.
I mean, writing, yeah. I mean, it's good practice, but
I don't know, some of the things that teachers teach you don't use every day.
In
college, in high school, in everything. You don't use all of it every day. It's very select circumstances you might have to use it. And in the case of math, I mean, what math are you going to have to do in your day-to-day life that you can't perform on a calculator?
Not a whole lot.
Exactly. You're not going to have to use the quadratic formula. You're not going to have to use...
ever. I don't fucking remember the quadratic formula.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not valuable.
Is that I'm such an idiot. Is that the y plus mx whatever the shit?
The quadratic formula?
No, it's not. What's the... I don't care. Next fucking topic. I don't care at all.
I would tell you, I don't remember it either.
Yeah.
So
fuck it.
Did you watch the Oscars?
No.
Do you care about the Oscars at all?
I don't know. I mean, it's weird because Leo should have like at least 5.
I mean, he wasn't in anything this last year.
I know, but
so
I'm just
maybe
saying
he was. I don't know.
He should have so goddamn many of those. I think there was a few actors that I respect that have won Oscars, like Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything, which you haven't seen. Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
God damn it, dude.
At this point, I'm never gonna watch it.
Yeah, you are. No, yeah, you fucking are. It's such a good movie. Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. What the fuck did you say that one time? Little Scoot Boy.
Little Scoot Boy. Good.
Rest in peace.
Fucking greatest mind of our generation. Not even our generation, because he was old as shit.
Old as shit.
But
yeah, Oscars. I care about the Oscars more than the Grammys, but that's not really saying a lot.
Yeah, well, this year it was interesting. They didn't have a host because of the whole drama with Kevin Hart.
I didn't follow that.
I mean, either. I just knew that he was supposed to do it, and then something happened, and he didn't do it, so they didn't have a host this year.
Damn.
Which, honestly, you didn't notice that there was no host.
Yeah.
They went pretty much from award to award, and they just brought out the presenters and just said something quick, and then did the award. It was honestly much more streamlined without the host to come out there and make a joke every now and then fucking leave to have the presenters come out.
That's good. I think Kevin Hart, I don't feel like he fits with, like, because the Oscars are such it's not like a royalty thing. It's like a more serious, like these are the best films and like these are the best actors. Yeah. And then he's out here making dumb jokes.
Right.
And it kind of throws off the vibe.
Right, but I mean, maybe they wanted him more because he's more of a funny man. They wanted a comedian up there.
Yeah.
It's like how when the Golden Globes asked Ricky Gervais to host, and he just shit on everybody. He just...
Hey, fucking chill out,
Christ,
cat.
Damn. He basically came out and just roasted all the movie stars, all the producers. He roasted everybody. Mm-hmm. And then people were pissed at him because he's making kind of jokes that may not be too, what do you call it, politically correct.
Oh yeah.
And then they invited him back because people loved it. because it
Well, that's
wasn't
good.
it wasn't a normal award show where it's just all praise for these billionaires. You know,
Yeah.
which I get.
And like his type of comedy compared to like Kevin Hart's
Yeah.
is like it's so opposite because like Kevin Hart is like the epitome of like black comedy.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
I would even say Kevin Hart is he's more of a safe for work comedian.
Yeah.
At least in
Yeah,
in,
for
in,
sure.
in the things I have seen him in. I haven't watched his entire discography or anything like that. You know, I'm not a huge Kevin Hart fan.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, he seems very safe for work. And Ricky Gervais is very not safe for work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he makes a lot of jokes that, if overheard by the wrong people, could get you in trouble.
They can get away with a lot more in Britain.
Yes.
So that's a thing too.
But yeah, Green Book won Best Picture, which I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't think anyone saw it. But
Honestly, never heard of it.
me neither. I don't even think it came to theaters here.
Green Book.
So, I'm
What are
glad
the
that.
fucking? I'm gonna actually look up the nominations.
Well, and so, okay, while you do that, Bohemian Rhapsody was nominated for quite a few things. Won quite a few Oscars.
Is it a banger movie?
It is. It is. I personally really liked it.
Okay.
Critics didn't like it, but
Well, those are critics. They
but
can
fans
suck
liked it. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
people like us liked it. But a lot of the podcasts I've listened to about the Oscars or just movies in general, a lot of them talked about how they didn't like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And which I get. I mean, everyone has their opinion. But, you know, if you didn't like it, you're wrong.
Well,
It was a good movie.
I heard Spider-Man won.
They won Best Animated Film, yeah. First time that a Pixar movie has not won it when in the category.
Damn, dude. Well, Spider-Man was way better than Incredibles 2. So
I haven't seen Spider-Man yet. So
it's so good. It is so fucking good.
I've heard that. Everyone that has seen it has said that it deserved to win. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so, dude, it's incredible. Like, here's Green Book. Peter Farrelly, Nick Vallelonga. Don't know ya.
Viggo Mortensen's in that, and he's a really good actor. He's honestly a really good guy, too. I read a really interesting article on him.
True.
He and I have the same birthday. Fun fact.
Nice, dude. You guys should go get married then.
I don't know.
I have
about
the
that.
same birthday as David Letterman, and we're married.
Are you? Well, I don't see him.
He's sick.
Oh, got you.
But-
Well, I'm happy for you then.
Thanks, dude. Whatever, dude.
You know, it's I think one of my favorite things is when an actor or a musician wins an award but doesn't show up to accept it. Like they aren't there.
Yeah.
I think that's either
That's
it's,
sick.
if it's on purpose they're not there, or if there's something going on. If there's something going on with them and they just can't make it to the award show, like that's understandable. But if they choose not to go and they're up for a category and they win, that's even better.
That's badass. It's badass as fuck.
It's badass as shit. And you know who
Because,
did that this
dude,
year? You know
yeah.
who did that?
Legend.
The legend on Earth he walks on water.
Dong Lover.
Dong Boy Lover.
You
Wasn't
fucked it.
that wasn't right.
I see the mailman. Get the hell out of here. I'm going to set you on fire.
Oh, are you a
Anyways.
dog?
What?
Because you don't like the mailman.
Okay. Well,
Alright, well.
so best picture. Black Klansman with...
Yeah, Adam Driver. My boy, the Navy SEAL.
cancer. Yeah, true. Black Panther, didn't see it. Bohemian Rhapsody, didn't see it. The Favorite, didn't see it. Green Book, didn't know existed. Roma, don't know the fuck that is. A Star is Born, I kind of want to see that.
Katie said it was really good.
True. Best costume, best original score.
But
Best animated short, is it Bow by Pixar? Bow?
Bow. The one with the little
The little thing.
Asian. I don't know what.
Yeah, that show was sad, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't remember it,
I think it
honestly.
was her because her son moved out or something, and so she made a little dumpling that looked like him, and worshipped it like it was her son. And then the dumpling
yeah.
grew up and left her too.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Didn't it get like a desk job or something?
So I don't fucking know. I saw it at the beginning of The Incredibles.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the last time I saw it.
Best director, Alfonso Cuarón won for Roma.
Yeah, I liked him.
So,
Roma apparently is a really good movie.
I love Alfonso's shit, dude.
Didn't he? Am I thinking of someone else, or did he direct Harry Potter?
Yeah,
The
Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's right.
Which is argued to be the best one.
I argue it to be the best one. Personally,
it definitely probably is the best one film wise.
It was a turning point in the series, and I think that's what makes it the best for me.
Well, okay. So remember the poll I made on Twitter about the things?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't understand how, like, when I was talking about my favorite films, I was talking about how they were adapted film-wise instead of story-wise.
Right.
So I think, in my opinion, I think The Half-Blood Prince is one of the most underlooked as a movie. Because The Half-Blood Prince compared to the book is shit.
Right.
It's
well,
bad.
The Half-Blood Prince is fucking like 800 pages or something.
Yeah.
Shit. It's huge.
But a big thing that people weren't really happy with was that it was basically a rom-com, which it was.
Yeah.
It was just teenage angst for like 2 hours, and then there was a battle, and then, spoilers, Dumbledore dies.
Rip Dumbledore.
Rip, dude, big legend. But yeah, I think The Prisoner of Azkaban definitely is I haven't read the book in a while.
See, I just finished
You just finished it? Yeah. So how does it stack up to the movie?
I think I need to watch the movie again now that I've read the book.
Yeah.
But I watched the movie in, like, December.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read the book in December also, right shortly after I watched the movie. So there's still, I still have seen it. But there's a lot of things in the book that obviously don't happen in the movie that I would have really liked to see happen in the movie.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of little details that Rowling throws in there about things that will happen later on in the story that you just don't get in the movie. And I think that's just a limitation of movies in general.
Yeah.
But the thing that really comes into my head is that when Harry and Hermione use the time turner to go back to save Hedwig and then save Sirius, when they're in the hospital wing, they, like, Snape and Fudge, I think it was Fudge at the time.
Cornelius
Fudge. They're arguing or whatever because Sirius was on grounds and pissed off at Dumbledore and shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they leave, and then Dumbledore comes in and tells Hermione to do it. Which I think he does that in the movie too. Yeah. But then he walks out.
But it's really subtle.
Yeah, it's really subtle. He walks out and he locks the door in the book. He locks the doors, and then they go back in time and do the shit, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then they're supposed to be back before midnight or something. Mm-hmm. And right at midnight or whatever, they sneak past Snape and Fudge, and they get past them, and they see Dumbledore locking the doors to the thing, and they talk to him again, and Dumbledore's just so happy the fact that they did it and that they survived, they did everything, and they told him we did it, we got it. He unlocks the doors,
and they like talk and shit.
They talk about it
in the fucking movie,
and that's great because Dumbledore is like, he's in on it. You know that he's happy that what they're doing and that he's going against the Ministry, and that kind of sets up, I think, a little bit later in the series, the mistrust that the Ministry has in Dumbledore. Yeah. Because he does go against what they want. Yeah. He tells them go save the Hippogriff Buckbeak because he was innocent and Dumbledore knows that, but the Ministry was swayed because of fucking Malfoy's dad. Yeah. So it's like punk. It's those things that the movie puts away.
The fucking movie, Dumbledore, like, I think they walk up to the doors of the hospital wing and just look at him, and he like says 2 words or something, and then he walks away. Yeah, and then when they get back, he's not even there, and the doors aren't locked. They just walk in and see them disappear, and then they go back and sit back down. Yeah, it's just I don't know, just little things like that, or the fact that they talk about that Harry's dad was an animagus. Yeah. Animagus. I didn't know that. Mungus. What is it? Animagus. Animagus. Sorry, I'm not up on the Harry Potter. It's okay. It's okay, man. You'll be fine.
But, it's like, I didn't know that at all. Throughout the entire time I watched all the movies, I had no idea that James was an animungus. Mangus? Animangus.
Magus.
Magus.
Meg.
Magus. Magus.
Animagus. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Because that's why he turned into a stag, and that's why his Patronus was a stag. Yep. Which adds more depth to the character of James that you don't really see at all
Yeah.
in the movies.
Yeah, you
know?
don't hear about James or the Marauders in the movie like whatsoever.
Yeah.
Other than the map and like
And
the
it's not
Order of
even
the
really
Phoenix
explained
and-
very well that Lupin and James and Pettigrew and Sirius made the map, the Marauders map. They didn't.
Yeah.
It does not. It's kind of hinted at or explained a little bit at the end, but
yeah.
I mean, in the book, it's a lot more clear that they did.
Yeah. And that's just the drawbacks with film, but
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to adapt something like that
yeah.
into a 2-hour-long movie.
I think Rowling kind of realized that, and I think that's why The Crimes of Grindelwald wasn't so well received, because there's so many different plots. Like, I understand the movie completely,
Right. Well,
because I've seen it twice, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy the Blu-ray and watch it 10,000 times.
well, and
So I
when,
like
you,
the
when
movie.
you pick it apart, you can really dissect what's happening. But when you see it in theaters, if you're just a casual fan or something, you're gonna miss a lot of things, and you're gonna be kind of go like, wait, why is this? Why that?
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
If you're
who's
not-
that?
If you're not a Harry Potter fan, like, if you go in, I feel like you need to go in knowing the lore a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you go in just like if you're not a Harry Potter fan and you watch the movie, it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
As a film standpoint,
Right.
like the story arc is just so fucking confusing. It's bad. That's why critics.
It's too much exposition for
Yeah.
one movie.
Well, yeah, Rowling's like the queen of like setup. You
Yeah.
know, like
Well-
the second movie is a setup. The third one's gonna be a setup.
She's a book writer. She
Yeah.
writes books.
Yeah.
I don't think she should be writing screenplays.
Yeah.
I think she should have
She
taken.
needs help.
I think she should have taken her ideas for the Crimes of Grindelwald, or for the Fantastic Beasts series, and made books out of it. I think she should have written. She should have wrote 3 or 4 books, and then had someone adapt them into screenplays.
Yeah.
Because the way that she writes, it's so, kind of, this leads to this, leads to this, leads to this. And I know that's basically how a book works, but with her, it's so in depth on each one of those that to then take 5 movies or whatever. The first movie was a standalone great film. I really enjoyed the first one.
It was good.
But then you go to the second one, and it's almost like it's shoehorned in to connect with the first one.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of undo a lot of the stuff they did in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, what's the Muggle?
Are you talking about Credence?
No, the Baker.
Oh, Jacob Kowalski.
Jacob.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about Credence.
No, yeah. But like Jacob's whole thing is that at the end of
not
Fantastic
a Muggle.
Beasts, at the end of Fantastic Beasts, he is he's like reset or whatever. He doesn't remember anything about magic. But then at the end of the movie, Queenie comes into his bakery and he goes, and he's making these pastries of the beasts and stuff. And that's a really good book ending for it, that he goes, hey.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, in the next one, he's in fucking Paris or whatever with her looking for Newt.
Yeah. Well,
And it's like,
I have an explanation for that. So they go to Paris because Queenie. So you can't marry Muggles.
right. That was their whole conflict between the two of them, which seemed very lackluster to me.
Right. Yeah. So he's under a love potion. So he does whatever. Right. I think the reason why he remembers her was because when they kissed at the end, because she's a legilimens, which is like she can read minds and shit.
Yeah.
I think she like did some shit to and made sure that he remembered, some of the.
She like went into his head or something.
Like in the movie, they were like. I think Newt says to Jacob, he's like, I thought you were obliviated. I thought you didn't remember anything. He's like, you only forget bad memories. It's like,
yeah, that's
so,
a retcon.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like little moments, like McGonagall's appearance.
Which shouldn't have happened.
It's actually, believe it or not canon. Her birthday. People just assume that she was born in 1935, which was on the Pottermore website at one point, so it was considered canon.
Right.
But I think Rowling, I honestly, I trust her. She knows the lore way better than she made it.
Her shit. Yeah.
I think it's fine.
It's like saying I don't trust George R. R. Martin with any lore in The Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
It's like you can't. He literally writes it.
Yeah.
It's his world. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it.
Yeah.
Same thing with her.
Yeah, I think we're in good hands. I enjoyed the second movie. Honestly,
I hope that, not to cut you off here, but I hope that the next movie will put at ease the unrest people have in the second movie.
Yeah.
I hope that explains things. It ties up the loose ends of the second movie.
It needs to be more slow paced.
Yes, and it needs to not have so much. They set up so much in this movie only to have either everything not pay off or be very lackluster payoff, or it didn't feel earned at the end. And hopefully that leads to the third movie that will explain these things better, that will allow you to understand what the hell this meant in the second movie, and it'll make the second movie look better. Because then you go, okay, yeah, these are the answers I'm looking for. That when you watch them back to back, it makes sense. But when you have 2 years between movies, it's hard to kind of, you have so much time to dissect the movie that you kind of start to, think poorly of it. It's like when we saw The Last Jedi. I loved it when I first watched it. I was like, this is a great Star Wars movie. And then I watched it again and I'm like, okay, it's not as great as I thought, but it's still good. And then I watched it a third time and I'm like, all right, there's a lot of issues to unpack.
Fucking shit.
And then you keep looking into it and you watch people review it and you see what other people have to say and you go, okay, yeah. Obviously, I was blinded by the first time viewing. Yeah.
It's a great movie, but it's not a very good Star Wars movie.
Yes, I completely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that comes down to the fact that Rian Johnson threw out J.J. Abrams' script.
Rian Johnson fucking cucked J.J. Abrams' shit. He was like, burn all of that. We're not having any of this. I'm going to just ruin it right now.
Isn't it crazy the last one comes out this year?
Yeah, dude, I hope JJ can,
We haven't even gotten a title yet.
Yeah, I know. Do you think he'll save it? There's a lot.
I hope so.
What are they going to do? Are they going to pull a Return of the Jedi again?
I don't know.
Not again, but...
I don't know what they're going to do. Because honestly, I mean, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
But I know they're going to have her in it for a little bit because they got permission from the family to use her likeness and CG and stuff. And they're going to use scenes from The Last Jedi that they didn't use.
Yeah.
And they're going to put that in the new one.
Yeah.
Which is great, know. I'm glad they can do that, but they're going to have to do something. She can't be in the entire movie.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. They should have just fucking killed her off in the second movie.
Yeah. Well, when she fucking got sucked out the window, killed, I'm doing air quotes for the listeners, but when she got killed by Kylo Ren when he shot the fucking the ship and she flew out, she should have died.
100%.
She should have died.
100%.
She didn't do anything else the rest of the movie. She should have just
She
died.
fucking laid she was in a coma the rest of it. Yeah. And then at the end was like...
She walks in all fucking white and powerful, like God walking in the room, like, all right, everyone, shut up and listen to me.
Yeah, I'm fucking back, baby.
And then she sees fucking her brother's hologram ghost before he dies.
Yeah.
Dies.
Wait.
He's probably going to come back as a Force
Don't they
ghost.
hug at the end?
They do, and he puts he puts Han's dice in her hand, which are fucking fake.
Yeah.
That pissed me off too, because why would you give your sister her fuck buddy why would you give her his fucking dice if they're not even real?
Also,
if she took those with him, they would have disappeared when Luke disappeared. She would have been like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are the dice that meant so much to me?
Fuck the dice, first of all. Because they were like, what can we go back and like take from the original trilogy and make it important? And they fucking took the dice and they were like, oh, this is great.
This means something. In Solo, it means something.
Yeah,
it's
fuck
like,
off.
Okay, you're just looking for shit to add.
Yeah, seriously.
God. I love Star Wars, but the state of Star Wars now is
messy.
It's rough.
It's messy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Solo.
I did too. It's a good movie. It's just, you kind of got to suspend your disbelief of it for a little bit, you know? You kind of got to look past some of the flaws of the canon or whatever, just to be like, all right, this is just about a young Han Solo. It's a good heist movie.
Right.
And I enjoyed it. Woody Harrelson didn't seem out of place to me.
Yeah,
he seemed to fit.
At first I was like, eh, and then I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
and then Dong Lover was
yeah,
great.
dude, I
he's
love
great.
him.
Dude, he could be so bad in any movie, and I'd be like, he's great.
I know. When I was first watching The Martian, and I didn't know he was in it, right?
Yeah.
I was, and then he showed up as the almost like saving grace of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, he's tight.
He talked about in that one interview how he the take where he tripped as he was trying to deliver his lines. They kept it in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is awesome.
He stood up so fast.
And he just kept going.
It's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's all good. Here's the rest of my fucking calculations.
He like fucking fell, and then 0.5 seconds later just shot up. It was crazy.
I love that man, dude. I need him to put out his new album. I need it. I need it in my life, dude. Dude,
we're already 30 minutes in. We've what's on the list?
There's a couple more things.
Sick.
We can keep going.
Yeah, we
Gambino's on the list, so we can talk about
it
if you want. I wanted to discuss the album coming out that's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
I think it's called Algorithm. Spelled kind of weird.
I don't know.
From what I've seen on Reddit, it's called Algorithm.
Well, you can never really trust Reddit.
And goddamn Saturday studio version needs to be in that album.
I know.
It was taken off of YouTube from the SNL performance. I need it, dude.
Yeah,
that song was a banger.
So good.
And the song on the Pixel commercial, that shit's a banger too.
What's it called? Human Sacrifice?
Yeah. That shit's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I listened to the I watched an entire concert, the one that we were supposed to go to. God damn it, dude!
I'll never forgive him for that.
I don't want.
But I have already forgiven him for it.
I don't.
If that makes sense,
dude. I don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about how we were almost in the same room as God.
As God himself.
Yeah. So.
Do you think we put too much stock on this one man?
Nope.
You don't think so?
No. I think everybody has that one person that they just they love everything they do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard not to love everything he does because everything he does so well.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people are like when This Is America came out, it blew up. I think it's
huge. Yeah, it's got
it's almost
400 million views or some shit like that.
I think it's almost at 1 billion.
I'll check real quick.
But I think it's great how he's getting bigger. But it's
507 million views.
Shit. Yeah. I don't know. It's this. I don't want to sound like a piece of shit, but everybody acts like they're the biggest fans now.
Yes.
Because they've heard fucking This Is America, Redbone, 3005, and the worst guys. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I love Gambino. Oh, he's my favorite. And it's have you fucking listened? Have you sat and dealt with Sick Boy? Have you ever listened to Poindexter?
Made yourself listen to Poindexter and Sick Boy?
Yeah, no.
Because they're not easy to listen to.
No, they're shit albums.
But you have to do it if you're a Gambino fan.
Yeah.
You have to.
A lot of people don't know that he wrote for 30 Rock. A lot of people don't know he fucking made Atlanta.
Yeah, really? People don't know he was a fucking made Atlanta?
Well,
they just think he's in it. They just think he's in it instead of actually writing it and directing and shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't direct all of them, but most of them, some of them.
Yeah.
Which I need to fucking finish season 2.
Dude, that show is such a mess for me. I don't know where I'm at. I should probably just rewatch it.
I started at season 2 because I remember season 1 pretty well.
I think we watched 2 or 3 episodes of it.
We watched season 1 together.
I think we watched a few of season 2 together. And
then we did definitely start season 2 and watched a couple together.
Yeah.
And then I tried to go back and rewatch it, and I'm on halfway through it now, trying to rewatch. And then I got into some other shows and stuff. But I love the show. It's just hard for me to sit down and watch a show when I can't watch it at work.
Yeah.
That's when I watch the most of my TV shows and my media I consume at work. So when I listen to music, if an album drops that I want to listen to it at work because I have 4 or 5 hours of just sitting there to fill my time. Mm-hmm. So having it only on Hulu makes it hard for me to watch it because then I have to go home and watch it. When I get home at 9 o'clock at night, I want to either do homework, watch YouTube and then go to bed.
Yeah.
Or read and then go to bed and relax, not watch, be invested in a TV show.
Yeah. Should we just talk about the album?
I mean, I don't really know much about it, you know?
I don't know either.
He hasn't really put out any information on it.
Yeah.
About when it's coming out or, you know, what it's going to be called, which I think algorithm, but...
I think there's a movie with Rihanna coming out alongside it. I forgot what it's called.
Interesting.
Actually, I'm going to look it up really quick. It's really cool. He's pulling like a Because the Internet screenplay thing, but actually making it a movie.
Right.
I mean, he did, but...
So we just watched that trailer for it's like a teaser thing for it. It looks like he's on some like tropical island. I mean, obviously it's called Guava Island.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot in his music about owning houses and being in Kauai a lot. Do you think maybe that's where it's at, or do you think this is more like Africa?
I feel like it definitely, yeah.
Because it seemed more like it seemed more like I'm showing my ignorance here, but it seemed more like African culture than it did like Hawaiian culture.
Yeah. I think that's okay to say.
I hope so. I mean, because obviously Africa is not a country; it's a continent. You know, and there's a lot of other countries inside of it, but I don't know any. I don't know anything about that.
Basically, there's African people in it, and
yes,
we can tie that.
And the music sounds very African.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And so it seems like he's maybe getting back to his roots, or like his not roots, but his heritage.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to put Audacity back up so we can see what the fuck we're doing.
Yes, sir.
It seems like he's trying to get back in touch with that. And like I felt like that's almost what Awaken My Love was a little bit too. You know, that R&B soul album, you know, is a classically African American genre of music. You know, so maybe this movie that he's making with Rihanna and stuff is going to do a little bit more of that also.
Yeah, because like rap in that culture doesn't really fit. Right. So.
Well, I've heard that this new album is going to have some rap, but it's not going to all be rap.
I'm okay with whatever.
Me too. Honestly, I loved Awaken My Love. I thought it was a great album.
I think it's one of the greatest albums of all time. Honestly.
I think for me, the greatest album that he's put out is probably Camp for me. Like. Yeah. Yeah. My reasoning behind it is because
I'm not like fuck you. That
no. I understand, but I want to clarify why I think that.
Yeah,
is because the internet was a masterpiece, but it's a masterpiece from start to finish. There are songs in it that are great, right? But a lot of the songs they either lead into the next one, you know, or they are little tidbits of stuff that change constantly. Yeah, you know. Where with Camp, every single song on that album is a banger. Yeah. You can listen to any song in any order, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah. And you'll still have a great time listening to it. But because of the internet, I always pick through it to the songs that I really like. Yeah. And with Kauai, I pick through it. Yeah. With Stone Mountain, it's obviously a mixtape, but I pick through it. Yeah. You know, with fucking Awaken My Love, I pick through it. It's a great album, but I the only one that I can actually listen to every single song on and enjoy from start to finish, no matter what I'm feeling, no matter how I'm, you know, what I'm doing, is Camp.
I respect that. I've got a bias towards him for like everything he does.
But what's your favorite thing he's done?
My favorite
piece of music.
My favorite is Because the Internet, for sure.
Why?
I can listen to the whole thing. Right. I know all the words to all the shits. Yeah. I know everything. Earn is like one of those, like, you know, those short songs. Yeah. It's so good though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of the most underlooked songs on that album.
Yeah. I just think like for a while I thought Because the Internet was my favorite album, like, just ever.
Yeah, not mine. Gambino's my favorite artist, but he doesn't have my favorite album of all time.
I don't know what mine is. I honestly don't know what my favorite album is. I'd say Because the Internet is probably top 3.
Top 3? I
think Awaken My Love's probably top 10.
I can see that, yeah.
Camp's probably like top 30. But
it's hard to pick your favorite music because your music tastes change as you grow. You know, like you asked me 4 years ago what my favorite album was, it's going to be different than what it is today.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just from just my time with different tastes in music, you know.
Dude, this is how out of touch I was with music when I was like 10 up until 15. If you asked me what my favorite album was from like 8 up until like 15 years old, it was American Idiot. Like
I'm not gonna shit you. That's one of my favorite albums right now.
Oh yeah, it's
like,
so good.
It's in my top 5 of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
I have the CD in my car that just whenever I get in my car, it just plays American Idiot, and that's just what I listen to when I drive around.
Yeah, it's
great. Such a great album. I wrote here's a quick plug. Check out my blog, victorsview.home.blog.
Victor almost forgot his own website.
The URL is a bit weird because I haven't bought a domain for it yet. But check it out. I wrote a piece about American Idiot because it's a great album. It's a rock opera, dude. Yeah. From start to finish. It tells the story of Jesus of Suburbia.
Hell yeah.
This kid who rebels against society and wants to see these changes in the world and is dealing with these ideas and these things after this 9/11, after post 9/11, I think during the Bush presidency, the changes in American culture. And it's just a view of you view it through the lens of this, punk rock person. It's hard to put into words, but it's such a great album, dude.
Yeah. I don't know any of dude, for me, I'm such an idiot, dude. I just listen to music.
An American Idiot, dude. Ha.
That really sucked.
Right.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the Squadcast.
Yeah. And cut it.
I like it. Like if I'm really into albums, like like all of Gambino stuff, like I'll look into it and like read the lyrics and fucking read shit.
Yeah.
But like American Idiot, I just like most albums that I listen to, I'll just listen to and I don't think about it.
Right. See, I've always been more of like an introspective listener.
Yeah.
I always try and dissect the lyrics when I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's that's why I think rap today is really good, because it's like a lot of rap now, people like shit on it because it's like mumble rap, whatever.
Yeah.
It bumps sometimes, but also you have to look hard. You can't just fucking find Lil Pump song like Gucci Gang and be like, oh, rap's shitty now.
Well, I think there's so many more rappers now than there was 5 years ago.
So fucking many.
5 years ago, the biggest names
wants to be
biggest
a rapper
names
now.
in rap were Kanye, Jay-Z, the big boys.
Yeah.
And now there's so many
big boys.
SoundCloud rappers. There's so many people that come up on the internet as a rapper that there's so many different genres of rap now. Mm-hmm. You have the mumble rap.
I think it's
you
great.
have more like the hard rap. You have these different tastes.
Like pulling up with Uzis and shit and fucking gat.
Yeah.
Gat.
But I don't know. I just think forever my favorite rapper will be Gambino.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't rap anymore, he's still my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
True. Well, I don't know how to segue into this topic, but I want to talk to you about it.
What's that?
I know you're not. You and I are both Nintendo, Sony fans, but have you heard about the new Xbox coming out?
No, I haven't.
Well, so it's like I want to say confirmed because it's not, but a lot of sources are saying that there's going to be a new Xbox console coming out this year.
This year?
Yeah, in spring, so like within the next month or two.
What?
But
is it like a new one or is it like an Xbox?
Okay, so
One, like 2.
So
Xbox One, 2.
What it is, from what I've heard, is it's going to be a console without a disc tray.
Oh, I did hear about that.
So it's going to be like a purely digital console.
That's stupid.
I disagree.
Okay, why?
Because with the way things are moving in video game industry, like physical sales of games has literally gone down so much. Like less than 10 years ago.
Shut up. Shout out to Jeff Brainerd who just snapped me. Anyways.
Less than 10 years ago, physical sales for games were like 75% of the market. And now it's flipped to where digital sales are 75% of the market.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like physical sales. People aren't buying games anymore. They're going online to buy them. Fuck, I buy most of my games digitally now anyway. Because it's harder to go to a store to buy a game physically, to then get home and have to download the game anyway with a disc, and then whenever you want to play it, have to put the disc in even though it's already downloaded on your machine.
Right.
But we're kind of moving towards this digital age and games as a service, and that's kind of what Microsoft is moving towards. Is they have this thing called Game Pass where you pay $20 a month and they have games on it that you just stream on your console. Mm-hmm. Granted, you have to have good Wi-Fi. You have to have,
that's the thing.
All these things. But as technology gets better and as things get, moved better towards being able to stream games, that's going to be the new norm. Mm-hmm. It's like Netflix. Like, why would I pay $20 for a movie on Blu-ray when I can just already watch it on my Netflix account that I pay $7 a month for?
Yeah, there's a lot of like little things that, like, so for Netflix, like, I buy movies physically most of the time. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll watch it on Netflix, and then if I like it enough, I'll probably watch it a few more times in my life.
Absolutely.
And I'll buy it.
Yeah, and that's movies. Right. Movies are almost like an investment.
Yeah.
But not really, because movies, you don't get your money back for movies.
Mm-hmm.
If I went out and bought a Blu-ray copy of fucking Return of the King, mm-hmm. right? In 5 years' time, I'm not going to get the same money I bought for that back.
Yeah.
Even if I tried to sell it on Facebook or on Craigslist or some shit,
mm-hmm.
no one's going to buy it for the new price of a new one or better because they could go buy it for the price of a new one.
Yeah. Well, let's use Solo for an example. Yeah. Because Return of the King, like they're old.
It's
right?
an old movie. Yeah. I don't know why that one came to mind.
I bought the trilogy for like $10.
Yeah, because it's cheaper than shit, especially on Blu-ray. You can get the Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray for $20.
Yeah.
All 3 movies.
Yeah. So say you bought Solo and like somebody fucking like you bought it for like $25, the digital fucking Blu-ray DVD shit. Version, yeah. That it loses its what the fuck am I trying to say?
Value.
Right. My cats. Did you fucking
No.
Hold on.
No.
Okay, for sure.
It's his favorite.
Okay. Yeah, it loses its value like almost immediately.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's like a new car. The minute you drive off the lot, it loses value.
Yeah. But I think for Blu-rays and especially games, there's some people out there that just can't, get to the internet.
Right.
They can't have access to it.
That's the used game market.
Yeah.
People that don't have internet connection, they go to GameStop and they buy the game. Mm-hmm. And they go home and they play it single player, I
feel like if Microsoft releases, I think it's, it's fine, it's whatever. I won't buy it, probably.
Yeah, well, we're not Xbox people anyway.
I just, I don't even play my PS4 hardly. All I play is Blackout. And,
Have you tried Apex Legends?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Really?
Just, I don't know, it felt clunky to me and, just didn't like the style. I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm just kind of tired of new Battle Royale games. Because, every time one comes out, you have to get used to it again, and then some big developers oh, we're coming out with Battle Royale. It's fuck off.
Yeah.
It's do something else.
The market's oversaturated. But anyway, so the reason I find it interesting that Xbox is doing this, or Microsoft, I suppose, mm-hmm. is that it kind of opens the door for this idea that you don't have to put your game out on a disc to reach everybody anymore. Mm-hmm. Especially as fiber optic internet and people get better and better internet in more and more places.
Yeah.
Being able to stream your games and only pay a monthly fee and be able to play new games mm-hmm. when they come out.
Yeah.
Is crazy to me.
Yeah.
How when a movie comes out on DVD or out on theaters, it usually doesn't go on to Netflix for a couple months.
Maybe even a year or two.
Maybe even a year or two, depending on the movie.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be like the Xbox Game Pass just got Just Cause 4. Mm-hmm. They just got that on Game Pass. That's a brand new game that came out, in the fall.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You
True.
pay $20 a month and you can pay a game that cost you $60 to buy new.
True. I just think there's that like really small market now that can't stream, or like they don't have access to the internet or anything like that. Like there's still some people out there with like dial-up, dial-up still fucking exists.
Well, this isn't for them.
Exactly.
Obviously they're still going to put out the next gen Xbox is still going to have a disc tray and stuff. This isn't going to replace the Xbox.
Is it an Xbox One, or is it?
They're calling it the Xbox One, like online console or some shit. It's not a new Xbox in the sense that it's their next, like the Xbox 2.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
That's fine.
This is for people that have good internet that don't want to use discs anymore.
That's fine. That's completely fine with me. I thought it was like the new,
sorry,
Xbox
I probably should have
2.
explained that.
It's all good.
No. It's not the next console.
If they released a digital console, like a new one, I would be like, fuck that.
In the next 10 years, I think it's going to go all digital.
Yeah, that's fine. But like now, still, there's some people that they can't, And like with Netflix, a lot of the times they'll put out like banger movies on there, and then they'll take them down, and then you have to like go to Hulu or something,
or go buy the movie.
Yeah, I would watch it on Netflix. If I liked it enough, I'd go buy it and have it forever, because I like.
Well, also, you're more of a collector.
I like physical. I'm not though. Like I want to be. Like I want to start I want to start collecting vinyls and stuff, because I think vinyls are badass. But I just like the art. I like the physical thing in my hand.
Sure, absolutely.
Digital's really nice though.
Its convenience factor is a lot higher.
Yeah.
Like there's for my Switch, there's certain games I want to buy physical to have the case to display. Mm-hmm. But there are some games that I could get physically that I would rather just get digitally and carry it around always on my Switch.
Yeah. It depends.
Not have to change cart. Like
it depends on the game. For me,
it does really depend on the game. Like, it also depends on the storage. This new Xbox, this stream box is basically what it's going to be, because you could stream YouTube, you could stream, Hulu and Netflix and shit from this box. It's basically an Apple TV on steroids.
Yeah.
It's an Xbox stream box.
Yeah.
You could buy it and it's only going to cost like $200.
Okay.
It's not going to be $400 big console. It's going to be the same price as a new high-end Roku or the new Apple TV, but you get a controller and you can play games on it.
Okay, that's cool.
That you can.
That's
hopefully
fine.
It has like a 2 terabyte hard drive or something.
I'm okay with that.
That you can then download games to and play on Xbox.
Yeah.
Which to me, then that almost makes it worth it.
Yeah, true.
Just to have that convenience of this little box, this fucking 5 inches by 5 inch box, can play games, and it can watch YouTube, and I can stream this thing, and I can do all this shit from this one box that has everything. Yeah. And for people like us, like college students, or for
I'm not
parents
a
that are
student.
yeah, but we live like college students,
right?
We have the budget of college students,
right?
And so for people like that want to get an Xbox but can't afford the big fucking 1X or 1S or whatever the fuck all the iterations of it are.
Yeah.
They can't afford that. They can get this thing and just download the games and still be able to play Xbox.
Yeah. That's cool. Like, I'll never fucking buy it, but I just like... Yeah.
Well, again, neither of us are Xbox fans.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting that they're doing that.
Yeah, the only games I play now are just Nintendo games.
I'm heading that way. I rarely ever turn my PS4 on anymore.
Yeah. I play Blackout.
I
play I play with Seth all the time, and it's great.
Right.
But I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of single player games.
Definitely.
I tried The Last of Us. I just couldn't get into it.
Me neither.
It was just, I don't know.
It's beautiful.
It's
a good game, but it's just too slow for me.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Uncharted series and like, what's the other one? What's the fucking like kind of that style of games are kind of saturated now. What is it called?
That's like Uncharted?
I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I'm not a huge fan of like just like we're like not established characters. Like we're gonna make a big story and like make a game out of it.
Sure.
Like if it was Zelda, I'd be like, hell yeah,
Right.
let's go.
Right.
But if it's like, oh, this is a new game that we're making, like say Last of Us, for example. Oh, also zombie games there's too many.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's too fucking many.
I was never into them in the first place, so I don't mind not playing them.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't sit there and invest my time into a story-based game because I lose interest.
I feel that.
That's why Smash Bros is one of my favorite games ever.
Because all you do is beat each other up for 5 minutes and then you're done.
Yeah. Like you play a quick set and then it's like, okay, cool.
I can do whatever now.
And it's just so... I think what makes a game fun for me is like the satisfaction. That's why Smash Bros is like my go-to. And like why Odyssey is really... I love Odyssey because of the movement and like all the different things you can do. Mm-hmm. And like, I guess kind of the skill gap. Like I like games that require skill and like...
To learn, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and like
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Where like anyone can play it. Yeah. But to be really good at it, you have to spend a lot of time with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I just started a new playthrough of Breath of the Wild. And I think totaled with the amount of time I've played this new playthrough, plus my old playthrough, I'm over 200 hours in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And like, I'm still finding little things that I didn't realize the first time I played, you know? And like trying new things. Like this time, instead of going to the Gerudo Desert and doing that one first, I went and am doing the Rito Village first.
Yeah.
True. I'm doing that one to get Rivali's Gale because I know how helpful Rivali's Gale is.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to go get that first so then I can go do the rest of the shit easier.
Yeah. I did the what is it?
Zora?
Yeah, I did Zora's Domain first.
Which that one's helpful too. Mipha's Grace is amazing if you get fucking one-shotted.
Yeah, I think...
You get another chance.
I think isn't that like one of the... I think that's where they tell you to go first.
They leave it open.
Okay, true.
They say you have these 4 points to go to.
I think they designed the map so that you would instinctively go there first.
Well, because you have to go that direction to go to Kakariko Village and Hatno Village to go talk to fucking these people about the shit. Yeah,
because I think that's really good because if you die, you just come back to life. Yeah, that's good for learning the game.
Absolutely.
If you're good enough, you can go to fucking...
You can go straight to Ganon.
You can go Rito.
Right
honestly.
Go straight to Ganon, get your shit in the castle, and then go beat up Ganon and win.
Yeah, easy. True.
True enough.
Yeah, that's the thing about... I don't know if I'm going to replay it anytime soon. Because, like...
It's a long game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to... I don't know. I've got like 150 hours in, I think. 120 or something.
Yeah. Well, with all the DLC and everything, there's so much to do.
Yeah. I don't want to do the Champions Ballad again.
I never did it the first time. I was like, fuck that.
It was hard. It was hard as fuck. I think it's worth it, honestly.
Well, all it really does is power up the Master Sword.
Yeah.
You know? It's like...
I fuck with it, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing to add because it gives you a challenge. You know? And that's the thing that you like is that challenge, the skill challenge. To say, how good am I with the base mechanics that I can beat these things with just what I have on me or what I find in the level. Yeah. And that's where the skill comes in. Not everyone can do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
It was hard.
I'm surprised you did it. I tried it and I gave up because I'm like, this is too hard. I'm not going to invest the time to sit here and try it over and over until I learn where everything is, how to do it, what's the best optimal way to get this done.
That's another thing with the skill gap thing too. Because before Breath of the Wild... About an hour in. Before Breath of the Wild, I didn't play it. I played Zelda games. I never beat one ever. Right. Breath of the Wild was the first Zelda game I beat. And I was going to 100% it because I loved it. But
it's hard to 100%. Even in my completed playthrough, I'm at 30% or something like that.
It's such a fuck you with the goddamn... What's it called? The Korok seeds?
Yeah, the 900 Korok seeds.
Stupid.
It's a lot.
Nintendo's really good at making you replay things in the most like mundane way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, with the Korok seeds, like there's a lot of the puzzles are so well hidden
fuck, dude?
that it's hard to find everything, even when you're running around on the map looking for it.
Yeah.
It's hard to see them because they're either so small or so insignificant looking that you can't immediately see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in my completed playthrough where I've done every shrine and all the DLC besides the Champion's Ballad or whatever.
Yeah.
The Master Sword quest thing, I only had like 200 Korok seeds.
Damn.
Which is still a lot.
Yeah.
But that's like, and what you get for getting all 900 is a big fuck you.
Yeah, you get
it's basically
a pile of shit.
You get a pile of shit.
Golden shit.
Like, congratulations, you got all 900, here's some shit.
Here's fucking feces.
Yeah, Korok feces. Which is what the Korok seeds are anyway.
Yeah.
It's just pieces of shit.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's the biggest fucking troll in that game.
Yeah. There's so many, too.
Besides the Hinoxes, am I right?
Oh my god. There's fucking so many, dude. 900 in an open world thing.
Yeah, dude.
They expect you to like
they don't
somebody
expect you to find everyone.
Yeah, well,
This is
somebody sat there and like, cuz like for them to like make walkthroughs and like guides to find them all.
Yeah.
One dude had to sit there and find them all. That probably
Yeah.
took him days, honestly.
Of just looking for Korok seeds.
Yeah.
Like
and then
8-hour shifts just looking for these seeds.
Yeah, and then imagine his reaction. Because, like, we know what happens.
We know because other people have done it.
But he was like, oh, sick, I found all of them. I'm going to give them to Hetsu. I'll see what happens. Probably something really badass.
Yeah, I'll probably get some badass item.
Yeah.
And
he's like, oh, here you go, Hetsu. And then he does his dumb dance. Yeah. And he's like, here's my shit.
Yeah, here's poop.
And then, yeah. And then Hetsu's like, fuck you.
Yeah, right.
And Nintendo's also like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I love Nintendo, and
Yeah.
I like I said, I've been finding myself playing my PS4 less and less.
Yeah.
And I've even found myself playing my Switch less and less.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing my DS quite a bit with the couple games you lent me,
Mm-hmm.
and my Game Boy Advance. I've been playing some Castlevania on that.
Mm.
So but in small bites.
Yeah.
And I've resigned myself to the fact that I am not a video game player anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a video game.
Me either,
I am
honestly.
a video game enthusiast.
Yeah.
I like the industry. I like keeping up on the news, on what games are coming out, how they're doing,
Yeah.
all the shit like that, how the companies are doing, what fuck ups they do, what things they do good. But I don't care to put the time in to play games.
My coughs are so loud.
Yeah.
My bad, Squadcast listeners.
Well.
Yeah, honestly, when I think about it, I play 2 games. I play Smash and I play Blackout. That's it.
Right
Yeah,
now, I'm
that's all I
basically
fucking
only
play.
playing Zelda on my Switch. I only play Zelda and Final Fantasy 9.
True, yeah, I want to play those for sure.
Which Final Fantasy 9 is really good so far. It's the first Final Fantasy I've played.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it so far. It's interesting.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, this is turning into a gaming podcast, so.
Well, so let's change topics.
Yeah.
We'll do one more topic, and then we can call it a day. There's going to be a new iPhone this year.
Right.
iPhone 11, whatever, if that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some rumors. I don't know. None of them are based on anything, since it's too far away still.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you feel if they kind of went back to like the iPhone 5 design to kind of match with the new iPad? Instead of the rounded look of it like that, like the one you are holding in your hand, they went back to a more squared off kind of tablet looking device. And then the bezels were farther onto the sides.
Well, I will say that the notch no longer bothers me. It didn't bother me to begin with. I was like, this is a thing. When I look back at the Note 8, I honestly, like, it's a beautiful phone, but, like, something just feels... This is... Like, we're so spoiled with technology now. Like, everything's coming out so fast. You're like, fuck this phone. I'm not saying that, but it's like... It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just Android, too, but... Yeah, Squadcast, I switched back to iPhone because I have a MacBook and it kind of made sense. And also, I used to care about, customizing my phone a lot. Like when I got like the S6, I think, it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, this is tight. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I just want a simple thing that works well. And this phone doesn't lag ever.
Yeah,
like it's the fastest fucking phone I've ever had.
It's Apple for you.
But I think the iPhone 5 design is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The 5S, I think it's
one of the best phones they've made.
Yeah, I think it's great. I would be for it, honestly. I'd like it.
I would like it too.
I think they should maybe like maybe not have it so rounded, but still rounded.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, because it's kind of round like that.
Right. Not as sharp as the 5.
Yeah, like
but not as round as the X and XS.
Yeah, I think I like the roundedness.
No, absolutely.
I think
it fits with iOS.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing that I found with my Note 8 is that I've been, once I never left stock Samsung Android.
Mm-hmm.
I never put a launcher on it.
Yeah.
I just kept the stock stuff because it worked fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes down to my, plainness of being an iOS guy, is that I just stick with what's on the phone when it comes out of the box.
Yeah.
And I found that now that I've found where I like my stuff, I don't change it. I haven't changed the layout of my phone in 2 months because I don't need to.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what iOS is that you don't need to change the layout. You don't need a bunch of extra shit changing all the time when it just works fine.
I bet you, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think you might have changed your phone around to make it kind of seem more like fluid and kind of like with the gesture thing with like whatever the multitasking or whatever.
Like that?
Yeah. I think that's great. But stock does not offer that.
No, yeah.
And you can change it, obviously.
Right. Well, that's the the best thing about Android is you have options. It's open source. You can have people that develop for it that isn't the Samsung or it isn't Google,
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Anyone can do anything they want on Android.
Yeah.
Where with iPhone, you're stuck with what Apple does.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine because Apple does it really well.
Yeah.
That's the whole appeal of iPhones is that it's smooth. Everything works because Apple is proprietary. They keep everything within Apple, so everything works together. The fact that you can open your AirPods and it automatically connects to your iPhone.
I am an AirPods boy now.
Because they're some of the best headphones you can buy.
Yeah,
wireless
they're great.
Headphones, dude.
They're great, dude.
I would never go back to headphones, like even wireless headphones that have a wire. It's just so, uncomfortable to have a wire dangling from you when you can throw your AirPods in and have it in both ears and walk around, turn your head up and down. You can take one out to pause your music.
It's sick.
It's so sick.
Sean, I'm going to shout out to Sean Smith. I'm not trying to dog on him, but he was shitting on me for buying AirPods. He was like, "Oh, this," and like another coworker of mine, and it's all in good fun, really. Yeah. Like he doesn't care.
No, yeah, it's like when in school, I have a lot of people around me that are all big Android enthusiasts. Yeah. And big, PC guys. Yeah. And they always shit on us Mac guys. And we shit right on them back, because it's fun, as long as it's in good fun, it's not an issue.
Yeah, I think it just depends on who you are, man. Because for what I'm doing, like creative wise and like video wise, whatever. Yeah. Mac fits me well. That's all I use it for.
Macs are workhorses.
I use it for watching YouTube and making videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And editing photos, and that's it. And it works fine. And
that's all you need to do.
That's all I need, dude. Yeah. I don't need this crazy, $2,000 PC that'll run fucking 4K games you can stream and shit.
Because we don't play games anyway. So what's the point of having a gaming PC?
I don't need that,
when you don't play games.
It just depends on who you are, and I hate when people are like, "Oh, fuck Android, fuck Apple, whatever."
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like, think of what they're doing with their phones and what they need.
Everyone plays off of each other.
Yeah.
Like Google and Samsung and Apple all take, ideas and they take things from each other.
Yeah.
I guarantee iPhone 11 is going to have that fucking wireless charging to the headphones that the new S10 Plus has.
Yeah. True.
I guarantee it, dude. That's such a good idea.
Yeah,
To be able to charge your headphone case from your iPhone, just turn it over, put it on the fucking back, and it charges. That is amazing.
That's sick as fuck.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, honestly.
And Samsung came out and was like, "Oh, by the way, it has this," and I'm like, I want it, but I don't want to buy Samsung's version. I want the Apple version.
Yeah, true. They always take each other's ideas. They don't take them. But they play off. They take inspiration from it.
I do think it's really impressive though that Samsung in 2019 is still holding on to the headphone jack.
Yeah.
I do think that is impressive. I get why Apple got rid of it because they're trying to move towards a wireless future.
Yeah, and that's another thing about like Android guys. They're like, that's so stupid. Fuck you.
Headphone jack.
I'm gonna have my wires.
Well, and I with the new MacBooks and having only 2 ports in it is a bit ridiculous.
That's fucked up. At least have an SD card slot.
Exactly. At least, dude.
Fuck, man.
But having only 2 that you have to then plug in a bunch of dongles to do anything with is annoying.
Yeah, and that's Apple's like, oh, we designed this computer to be seamless, and it's like it's not. You have like fucking 4 USB-C like dongle shits, and you're like, it's not even SD. I'd be fine with it if it just had an SD card slot.
I know, right?
Like, I mean, I'd be cucked with this because I could get a thing.
You have to get an adapter, and that's the thing people are pissed about is you have to constantly get adapters for iPhone. Like when you got your iPhone. You got your iPhone X, you had to go buy a dongle so you could play music in your car.
Yep.
But you buy it once, leave it on your fucking aux cord, you never have to add another one.
Exactly.
Unless you have multiple aux cords you need.
Yeah, and like headphones, like Kylo, my cat, loves to eat my headphones. She just eats them and breaks them, and I was like, I've had enough, so I bought AirPods. She can't eat the AirPods.
Fucking Getty's tried to eat my AirPods.
No, dude, nice try.
Pretty sure there's some bite marks in it because he grabs it off my bedside table and starts gnawing on it while it's closed. I hate
that. It's like, fuck.
And I'm like, dude, fuck off. These are $150.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like Apple's price is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
there's like downsides to both, companies or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there always is in tech.
Apple's price to their shit. I mean, I think it's worth it. It just depends on who you are, how much money you have. Because like I have money chilling, so I bought some AirPods and I was like, these are sick, and they're just like so small, and like I think like these are honestly incredible.
The AirPod 2s,
I think I heard about
supposed to be the same design, but the AirPod 3s are gonna be a new design.
I heard the 2 is supposed to come in a black version.
I'm gonna buy it when it does.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give these. I'm not give them, but like, clean the case and the AirPods and shit, and like probably sell it to somebody.
Yeah. And then buy the AirPod 2s.
Yeah, because black AirPods would be slick.
Oh yeah, dude. That was the one thing. I mean, you can get fucking skins and shit for it, but they just all look so cheap.
Tacky, yeah.
You spend so much money on headphones. You want it to look like you spent a lot of money on headphones.
Yeah, true.
That's the point of why would you buy. Like it's like the Supreme brand.
Yeah, true.
You wear Supreme because you want people to know that you bought Supreme.
Yeah,
that exactly. You can afford to buy a $80 white T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Which is fucked.
It's fucked. Yeah, but that's why you.
That's
do
how
that.
it is, though.
And that's similar with Apple, where you buy these expensive Apple products, kind of to show off. I can buy expensive Apple products.
Yeah. There's also the fact that
no, I'm not saying everything is like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
there's
lot
some
of
people
like
that are like
that only buy the Apple shit brand new out of the box and they throw it on the gram for everyone to see.
Dude, remember
because they want to show it off.
Remember the Apple Watch 1?
I had the Apple Watch 1.
Do you remember they had what is it? It wasn't the stainless, but it was like the higher up, like the gold or whatever.
Right.
And they fucking pulled a fast one and were like, this one's $18,000.
Oh,
It's like, seriously? Your first your first, like, the first version of your new product, you're gonna be like, people will buy this, and they did.
They did, and that's the thing, is that people still buy it.
And, like, they can get away with that, but it's like, it's kind of scumbaggish.
Absolutely, it is.
But
I know. I mean, I support Apple.
They got rid of it too.
They don't do everything perfect,
Yeah.
but neither does Android.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there's always going to be something wrong.
There's always human error.
Exactly. Not even human. It could be, you know, hardware issues, or it could be, you know, long-lasting issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like the iPhones, you know, they don't last more than 2 years normally.
Yeah, well,
They do if you take really good care of them.
well, check this out.
But even then, they start slowing down after 2
Well,
years.
check this out, dude. Every Android I've owned has, like, shit out on me within a year. The S6 actually lasted me, like, a couple years, but it was so slow, I was like, I've had enough. So I bought the Note 5. And the Note 5 is still, you know, it still works, but
Right.
it's so slow. I'm like, I can't do basic things because it's so slow. Bought the Note 8. Literally half the screen just stopped working.
Yeah.
Like, but the S Pen works with it fine. Like, the top half of it just is like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, use your thumb. But then it was like a slow death.
Yeah,
like
I remember it started very small.
It started in the middle. I was like,
out.
I'm fine with this. And then I was like, because I've never dropped it, or it's supposed to be water resistant.
Yeah.
So even if I got it wet somehow, it should have been fine.
Yeah.
But it just pooped out, and I was like, okay. So
I've had any issues with mine. So I'm trying to sell it. If anyone wants a Note 8, hit me up. I'll sell you mine.
Yeah. $3,000.
Yeah. $3,000, or I'll exchange you for an iPhone X.
Yep. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Same,
Dude. Talk about your iPhone X cuck.
Oh my god, dude. I had it written down, but there was no good time to bring it up.
Well, now it's the time, dude.
So I've been in the market for a new iPhone. All right. I switched from my iPhone 7 that I had for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I was like, okay, it's paid off. You know, I just want something new. You know,
Yeah.
I was tired of the screen size, looking around at everyone having big ass screens.
Yeah.
And going, I watch a lot of movies and shit on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I want something I can actually watch shit on.
Yeah.
So I was looking for an iPhone X, because this was last year I started looking before the new iPhones came out.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't. I was
You
chilling.
weren't.
I was
You
chilling
were chilling with
my
your
Note 8.
Note 8.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
so
this is sick.
when we went to Portland in September, I think it was.
Yeah.
The
dreaded month that I lost my jewel.
And the dreaded month that we missed the Gambino concert. It was
God damn it, dude! I don't want to talk
sorry,
about
I brought it back up. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
But anyway, I started looking. I started looking for a new phone, and I said if I can find an iPhone X for cheap enough, for about $500 to $600, I'll buy the iPhone X.
Yeah, easy.
Because my parents were gonna pay half of it for my birthday, which thank God for them.
Yeah, nice guys.
Nice guys. That was my birthday present. Was half of a phone.
That's what we get as adults now. It's like, okay,
basically,
you got to put some money into it.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, instead of spending, $200 on random shit, just give me $200 for a phone, and I'll put the rest towards the rest of the phone. Yeah. So that worked out or whatever. But anyway, I was looking for an iPhone X, couldn't find it. Right? They were still pretty expensive. And so I ended up finding a Note 8 for sale at my price range. I think I paid $500 for it.
Yeah, so did I.
That's that. I was in my price range, perfect. Good to go. And then I got it. I've had it for 4 or 5 months now, and I love the phone. It's a great phone, but I'm really missing Apple now. Yeah, and I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, is that I was going to miss the ecosystem, because I have the AirPods, my MacBook. I have that's it. But either way, having the fact that I could send things from my phone to my computer.
It just works so well together.
The wirelessly being able to connect to my computer and my phone at the same time, and not having to fudge around with Bluetooth settings, not having to, the convenience factor was a lot higher.
Yeah, true.
And so now I'm going, okay, well, I'm going to sell this Note again. I'm going to, try and get my money back on it and put that money towards an iPhone X or XS. Because, I go, the X is still a good phone. I would prefer the XS because it's the newer one, if I can find it. Yeah, but those are still pretty expensive.
The 10 and the 10S X, whatever the fuck. It's actually 10, but whatever. I don't care.
10S Max. Like,
Stupid name.
Really
by
wanted
the way.
The max.
Just call it 10 plus, 10s plus.
10s plus. Yeah, everything else is called plus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
I wanted
so
the
don't
max.
change it if it's not broken. Anyways.
Wanted the max or the S. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find any for the right price. But I found an iPhone X that some guy was selling for $500 on Facebook.
Yep.
I don't know how that sounds, but that's how I bought my Note, and it worked. It worked perfectly fine.
Yep.
That's how Zach bought his iPhone 10.
Yep.
Was off Facebook.
Yep.
So I'm
easy, dude. Easy clap.
And it was 256 gigabytes. The guy said it was unlocked for Verizon. Mm-hmm. I was like, that checks every box. So I messaged him.
Yeah, sick.
He comes back and he goes, hey, are you interested in this still? It was the next day or something. And I was like, yeah. What size is it? Is it unlocked? What's going on with it? Mm-hmm. He says, yes, it's unlocked. Yes, it's 256 gigabytes. I'm like, I will take it.
Let's go. Yeah, let's get it.
And so we meet up. Some weird shit going on to meet up, but whatever. We finally get to the point where I can buy it from him. Mm-hmm. And me and my friend Chase, not Chase Sturdivant. If you're listening to this, Chase, it's a different Chase.
Shout out Chase. He's gonna make an appearance on the Squadcast. Everybody's gonna be, dude. It's gonna be sick.
So I go buy the phone from him, right? And this was Tuesday.
Yeah.
I believe I bought the phone from him. Well, me and my friend Chase go buy the phone. We take it back to the college because I have class that day. So in my first class, we're finishing up the semester, not semester, but the first block. Mm-hmm. And we're not really doing anything. So I get my phone set up. I have to factory reset it because the bloke that I bought it from didn't know how to factory reset the iPhone. And while I get it, because when I did it, it still was locked because in iOS 12, even if you factory reset it, you have to unlock it.
iCloud.
If you keep your iCloud in there when you reset it, it's locked to that iCloud. Unless you know the password of the phone or the password of the iCloud. Mm-hmm. Right? So we're dicking around trying to get past that.
Keep going.
And I see that, or I reset it a couple times trying to get that done. And then, we're looking at the activation lock, and I see the passcode one. Well, I click on that. Excuse me. And I just start fucking guessing the password. Because we researched the guy that the phone originally belonged to that sold it to the bloke I bought it from. Mm-hmm. And he was the kind of guy that seemed like he wasn't going to have a very elaborate password.
Yeah. So
I was trying all the ones, 1111, 0000. Luckily, it was only 4 digits.
6969.
Yeah, 6969, 420 or some shit like that. 420, whatever. Ended up being fucking 7139. It was just a square.
Yeah.
And I was like fucking sick. I just fucking hackered man into this phone.
Sick.
And I was like, my schooling paid off.
Level 90 hacker, baby.
And so I got into the phone, got everything set up, got everything going on it, was chilling with it, right, while I was at school. I left for the break between classes and went home to go see Katie. We went to go run some errands. Yeah. And I didn't have cell service. My SIM card was in it.
Yeah.
And it registered my number, but it didn't. I couldn't use data. I couldn't send any text messages or make any calls when I was off of Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So yeah, when you texted me, you said "bitch" through iMessage.
Yes, because I sent.
And then I replied iMessage. I was like, "Okay, sick." So I was like, "Okay, you're good, right?"
Yeah, I thought so.
And then continue.
And then I sent you that, and then I left. And I couldn't get any data, couldn't get any messages, couldn't make any phone calls, whatever. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Maybe something happened when I was moving my SIM card or something. Yeah. So before class started again, I went to Verizon and I said, hey, what's going on here? Why can't I just bought this phone. Can you check on what's going on? And they go, well, there's a lock on your account, some sort of fraud account lock or whatever. They said usually this happens if you change your SIM card over or something. Sometimes they lock it just to make sure no one stole your SIM card. And I go, that makes sense. All right. What do I do to solve this? And they go, well, you gotta have the owner of the account, which is my dad. He has, because I'm on his business account. He has to call this number and unlock your phone number. And I go, okay, give me the number. Get back to class and say, can't make any calls. I call him through FaceTime audio on my MacBook. Right. Give him the number. He goes, yeah, sure, I'll do that, no problem. He calls me back about 5 minutes later, and he goes, in a panic, he goes, you need to get your money back. You need to get your money back, and you need to get that phone out of here. Because this phone still has a substantial amount of money owed on it.
How much was it?
They wouldn't tell him. He told me $700 because that's my dad. He just freaked out and said a number.
Yeah.
And I thought that literally was $700. I don't think it was actually. It's probably more like $600 to $700.
Either way, a lot of money.
Either way, a lot of money was still owed on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I immediately messaged the guy back and I go, I want a refund. I'm giving you the phone back. You give me my $400 back. Because he dropped it, by the way. He dropped the price down to $400.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they needed it for rent and to buy. It was his kid's phone.
Like last second, dropped it.
Yeah, he bought it for his kids,
mm-hmm.
and the kids and him couldn't figure out how to get it working because they couldn't get past the iCloud lock. And so then he tried to sell it to me because he just basically thought, I can't get into it, sell it for $400, whatever.
So did he not just message the other guy?
I don't know, because there was messages on the phone from the original owner,
mm-hmm.
and there was messages to the guy's name that I bought it from. So I think they're buddies.
Okay.
So I said, I want my money back. They came back and gave me a phone number to call. So I call him. And the dude's fucking sister and mom answer the phone. I'm like, hello?
Hello?
Like, is this, redacted name?
Yeah.
And they're like, hi, yeah, I'm his sister, and the mom in the fucking background's like, I'm the mom. And I'm like, okay, hi. And they're like, what's the issue with the phone? I'm like, there's still fucking shit ton of money owed on it.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they knew for sure.
no, they went, oh, what? How? I'm acting poorly about it, but they were genuinely surprised that there was still money on it, and they were pissed off at this guy for buying the phone in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we told him he shouldn't have bought that phone, that it was going to lead to more trouble than it was worth. So, and I was like, well, there's still money on it, so whoever you bought it from, you need to get your money back.
Yeah, true.
And they're like, well, we would give you the money back now, but we already spent half of it. Because they used my money to go buy phones to replace the iPhone for the kids.
True.
That sucks. They already spent half of my money.
They probably spent. They had an iPhone 10 and they were like, "Here's a fucking Samsung Galaxy
JS for Walmart." Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking fine phones,
yeah,
but they're
fine.
not an iPhone.
Dude, I don't care. Huge fucking downgrade. Huge.
Yes, I agree.
Anyway,
so I'm like, okay, I want my money back as soon as possible, like today. And they're like, well, we can give you $200 today and $200 on Friday when we get paid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that will be fine, but I'm holding on to the phone until I get my whole money back.
Exactly.
And then they're like, all right, that's fine. Come by and we'll give you the $200. And I'm like, okay.
So,
and then I
start
to get my stuff ready because I'm still at school. Mm-hmm. I'm in the middle of class at this point.
Yeah.
And trying to figure this out. And they all understood. They were worried about the phone also.
Mm-hmm.
But, so they call me back like 5 minutes later. And they're like, hey, so about this thing. They didn't call me back. Sorry, I used Chase's phone to call them because I didn't have any fucking service.
Yeah.
And I switched my SIM card back to my Note 8, and I still didn't have service because Verizon locked my phone number for trying to use that phone.
Yeah.
Which I was pissed about also. But anyway, they call Chase back, and I pick up and I answer and I talk to them, and they're like, hey, we don't feel comfortable with giving you $200 today and you keeping the phone because you could just take your $200 and then go sell the phone for another $400 and make money off of
that. And that makes sense.
And I was like, yes, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
I don't trust you to give me my money back. You don't trust me to give you the phone back. I completely understand. There's a mutual distrust here.
We're going to meet up, and I'm going to give you the phone. We're going to swap at the same time.
Hand in hand. Yeah, I'm going to get my money back. You're going to get the phone.
Yeah. And
so I'm like, okay, I will give you till Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I said, but if you don't, I said, I'll give you till Friday. That's fine. And they're like, well, just message us on Thursday telling us when you're going to be here. We'll have the money ready, and we will do the exchange. And I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to my dad about it, and he's like, well, you don't really have any leverage. The phone was worthless to them, too.
Yeah. They
could run away with the money and not message you back or whatever.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday, I sent them another message on Facebook saying, I have contacted my cousin, a police officer, saying that and I told him, if you don't give me the $400 on Friday, I will take you to court for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to be scanned out of $400 for a phone that is fucking locked for $600.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Not happening. And granted, it's kind of an empty threat because I do have a cousin that's a police officer, but I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to scare him into actually giving me my money back.
Yeah.
And they didn't reply. And I was like, okay, I think the message, was sent through.
Have they replied since?
Update.
Okay, all right.
From what I've told you. So today I went to message them on Facebook and say I'll be there at 11:30 tomorrow to pick it up.
Right.
Because I have a doctor's appointment at 9. Give me some time after that to go home or whatever, get it, go meet him up with him. I'm going to meet up with Chase, who's going to come with me. Yeah. Because he's like a bodyguard. He brought a gun with him when we bought it. He brought a pistol because he drove and he had his pistol in the fucking console. He was waiting for something to happen just in case. I was like, all right, you're coming with me again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so I messaged him on Facebook saying I will be there at 11:30. The guy disabled Messenger.
Oh my God.
So I texted the phone number that they originally gave me. And I have receipts for everything. Like I have text screenshots of his profile page, all the text messages between us saying when we're meeting, how much it's going to be, if it's unlocked, what size it, all the shit. And so I text the phone number and they say, all right, sounds good. Like, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then they come back a little bit later and they said, thank you for understanding, but I bet I never buy another phone for my kids unless it comes from a store. Because, again, they bought it for their kids from their friend who didn't tell them it wasn't paid off.
Yeah.
Which I'm guarantee they didn't know that's how it worked. That it had to be paid off to be able to use it. They were very understanding. I don't think they'll run away with it, with my money. I do think that meeting tomorrow, I will get my money back. I just think it was a big misunderstanding between them and me. But it's still very frustrating.
Really sketchy that they disabled Messenger.
Super.
That's
super sketchy.
I would have been like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was. And that's why I texted the phone number and they came back and said those things. And I was like, okay, it seems like it's okay. Yeah. Maybe he just disabled Messenger for another reason or something.
Yeah.
But either way. So I'm bringing Chase with me tomorrow to get my money back. Yeah. So hopefully it happens. Next time we do a Squadcast, I'll give you an update on whether or not I get my $400 back for this phone.
Yeah, true. Stay tuned until we find out if Victor gets his fucking money back. More at 11. But
I think for now, to get an iPhone, I'm gonna sell my Note. Again, hit me up if you want a Note 8. Yep. Sell it to you for $400.
Yep.
Easy, good phone, works perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's in pristine condition.
I'm not here to advertise my phone though, but.
Yeah. But fuck it.
But fuck it. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell the Note. I'm gonna sell a couple other small things. Sell some textbooks that I had and shit, and try and get enough money to at least be able to buy an iPhone new, and just buy a new phone out of the box from a store. Yeah. Because I'm tired of dealing with people like that who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. And true. When I was talking to Verizon to get my number unlocked, because again it was locked. They locked my account down. Yeah. So I couldn't even do anything even when I moved my SIM card back. So I talked to them to get it unlocked. They said, if you're buying a phone online, have them give you the IMEI number from the phone and give it to us, and we'll check it to make sure if it's paid off and if it can work with Verizon. True. And I was like, all right, that sounds good. Yeah. And there was even someone on this other app I was looking for iPhones on who was selling a XS for $600. Right? That's really good price. It is. That's like half off almost. It is. And it was 256 gig too, so it is half off. Yeah. But he posted in the listing, he posted a picture of the box because it was an unopened iPhone, brand new. But there was the IMEI number on the back of the box. And I put that into Verizon and it said it's not compatible. So it won't work. So there's something either wrong with the phone, it's not, hooked up or something or whatever. There's some issues with it. So I came back and I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. Yeah. Because it's not going to work. Yeah. I checked with Verizon. And he just said, okay, bye. So I'm like, maybe you stole the phone or some shit. Okay. But, yeah, that's my iPhone story of being... That's your iPhone cuck. Robbed out of $400. That's shitty, man. Thankfully, I'm in a place right now where I have enough saved in the bank. It didn't hurt too much. Didn't make a dent? It did make a dent, but it didn't make too big of a dent that I'm not still comfortable for the week.
It didn't make an emotional dent.
Yeah, it didn't fracture my my masculinity any.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's good because yeah, that'd be shitty, especially like like people our age living, how it's so goddamn expensive to live.
Yeah, and
then getting cucked out of $400 for
a
phone that doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
So
that's bad.
I don't know. It's just yeah. I mean, it was frustrating, and I was really pissed off on Tuesday. But the past couple of days, as long as I get my money back, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, true.
It's not worth being upset for a long period of time.
That's ass, especially in this weather where you got to drive around and shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't want to drive through the snow.
I'm pretty sure, didn't we like tie it with fucking Antarctica or something for like the wind chill?
Probably. Fucking last week it was like -50 outside with wind chill.
Stupid, man.
I know.
It's only gonna get worse every year.
That's right. Global climate change. Not to get any politics into it, but it's real.
It's real, dude. Did you know that? I mean, you probably might know this, but probably might. So they changed the term global warming to climate change because people were too dense to realize that global warming doesn't just make the earth warm.
People are still dense about that.
Yeah, true.
The president is dense about that.
Yeah.
How is global warming real when it's snowing in Chicago?
It's like, dude, like look it up. Like do some research or something.
Fucking scientists are all lying to us, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is a donut.
The Earth is it's flat, and climate change is not real.
Dude, no, it's not, dude. The climate change is not real, but it's a donut. Earth is just a big donut.
Then why, when I look up, do I not see the other side of the Earth?
Well.
Speaking of flat Earth, did you see? I haven't watched the documentary, but I've seen a bunch of people talk about this documentary where flat earthers try and prove the Earth is flat, and each time they do the experiments, they prove it's sphere.
Yeah, with like the water falling and shit.
Yeah, they prove it's a fucking sphere, and they're like, "Oh, our tests are wrong, or we did something wrong and messed it up." It's like, no, you just keep proving you're wrong.
Your entire idea is just fucking wrong.
Oh my god!
Like, how come Well, yeah, that's another thing. Like, if the Earth was flat, wouldn't we just fall off?
No,
because.
The reasoning is because
I don't know, I'm a dumbass.
Antarctica actually stands around the edge of the disk and blocks you from getting to the edge. And blocks the oceans from getting to the edge so the water doesn't fall off.
Oh.
And the governments of the world don't let people go to Antarctica to see the edge because they want to keep it from us.
Oh, so it's flat actually.
It's actually flat.
Oh my god. That's insane, dude.
It's more of like a dome because the sky is like a dome over us.
True.
It's a disc that we live on, but it goes up. The sky is like a box around us.
Easy clap. Checkmate science.
Well, on that note, I think it's been 2 hours of recording.
Damn.
So we'll probably have to cut it down quite a little bit.
Honestly, there's not a whole lot to cut.
Besides some silence and that Gambino thing that we watched.
True. Fuck, I'm gonna have to listen to the whole thing.
You are gonna have to listen. 2 hours of listening.
I think
enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should definitely shoot for like 45 minutes an hour.
Yes.
Each podcast.
Well, we should record for about an hour to an hour 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can cut stuff out.
True.
Cut it down from
there. I think once we get better at podcasting, we can
on topic.
It's just one cut and go.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is this is our first real. Whenever we did Squadcasts with the squad, with all of us, we would just put our phone down, and so we would just talk for hours.
Yeah, and
now we're trying to actually make it this not like almost like a business. Mm-hmm. We're trying to produce this content for people.
Yeah, we're actually trying.
Yeah.
Like for years we're like, let's actually make a podcast and
let's just put these fucking videos of us smoking and fucking talking shit while we're stoned as shit on the internet. And it's like it's not a very good idea, but but the idea has been there for years now.
Mm-hmm. And now it's coming full force. So
but we'll get better at it. If anyone actually listens to this, we appreciate you.
Yeah, Furkin.
2 hours
surviving
almost 2 hours long.
Yeah,
that'll be cut down, but that's
incredible.
It's awesome.
If
you made it this far, you are a true Squadcast listener.
That's right.
We'll find a better name for you. Squatty.
No.
Squid.
You know what? Nope.
No.
We're not. We're gonna get back to you with that.
We'll figure it out for the next pod.
Leave it down in the comments what we should name you.
If anyone actually listens,
maybe we'll name you guys Legends, Undisputed Champions. But I am the only undisputed champion, so that's not a thing. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you survived 2 hours, we appreciate you. When's our next one? When are we going to record?
We're going to try and do it on a weekly basis, but I think it'll really come down to schedules.
Should we do one in Missoula?
We should.
I should bring my mic.
We could do one. We can cut this part out, but we could do one in Missoula with everybody and then post that next week.
Facts.
So we'll be back next week.
We'll be back
with some special guests that we will announce at the beginning of the next pod.
Right. We're going to have introductions and everything.
So look forward to that. Thank you for listening again. If you do listen to this podcast, you don't know how much it would mean to Zach and I.
Yeah, honestly, it's sick.
Zach, check out Zach's YouTube channel, Zach Clow.
That's
his name.
Just type my name in.
I also have a YouTube channel, but I don't post there regularly. If you want to see some backlog of some old shit hijinks that we had on my channel, go ahead.
If you check out Victor's channel, make sure you watch That's My Son.
Best video on YouTube.
That's probably the greatest video ever made.
Don't watch American Sniper PTSD because that is a shameless video I put up for Katie's class she was in.
And it got so many views.
More views than I thought. So, anyway.
Cool, man.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
This has been the first episode of the Squadcast.
And also the longest outro of all time.
But it is long.
Fuck it, dude. Anyway, we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Guaranteed, if not half, probably most of us will be high.
That's maybe. While we record. Maybe not. Maybe.
Actually, we don't smoke, so.
It's right. We stopped. We quit.
Anyways, thank you for listening.
Because it's illegal.
Thank you for listening, Squadcast listeners.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's been a pleasure.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.